Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon, delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we wonder why the fuck people would pay $250 for Blantons. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Katie Joyce, Nate Weiniger, and Ryan Thompson.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
I thought you punched up that script there, but that's in there. Why the fuck?
Yeah, wrote it.
That's in there. There you go.
I noticed that, actually.
How about that? Wow. Wowzers. Well, they're going after people. So, yes, that gives you an idea of our take on this. I don't think anybody's going to be supportive of the $250 Blantons, but we'll see. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, McNew said there's something she's been dying to talk about. What is that, McNew?
So, how do you guys feel about like made up national holidays, right? Like National Donut Day, National French Fry Day. Like, so recently I've had National Margarita Day and like fucking Kowetzel Day. I got lit as fuck on Tuesday on accident. But how do you guys feel about national holidays? Do you partake? Like, if it's National Donut Day, you're like, yeah, I'll go get a fucking donut today, or I'll go get a pizza, whatever. Are you guys into the made up holidays?
No, not at all. However, when it revolves around whiskeys or spirits of any kind, then it gives us a good reason to post something about it and celebrate it a little bit. And so we'll do that, but I'm not going out buying a donut on National Donut Day.
When I can make money off of it, it becomes very interesting to me. Mint Julep Day, I'm all over it. Now I have a liquor store. Please, yes. I'm big into the Mint Julep Day. That's huge. When you buy your Mint Julep mix from us, hell yeah.
I feel like you could make money off almost any of those. Like make a donut and whiskey pairing. Like.
Yeah.
What about like a donut and a pour, Steve? You could do a whole event about that. Like you do donut day.
Most even what we would call quote unquote real holidays are made up too. I mean, Valentine's Day, that's fucking made up. I mean, that's like Mother's Day, Father's Day, that's all made up by the credit. Yeah, by the card companies got this shit passed. I mean, if it ties to someone's historic's birthday, then that's a real holiday or whatever. We certainly have those, and your Christmas and that and Halloween.
Well, those are all
somebody made it, I guess. I don't even know.
It would certainly be overwhelming to try to celebrate all of them because there's several each day.
There's like 365 of them. You can't keep up.
But I love any excuse to party, and I love any excuse to celebrate. So I'm down for all these additional.
Yeah, it allows you. Holidays. Yeah, it's a buffet. You pick and choose which ones you're interested in. So I'm fine with it. Yeah, you just ignore the ones that don't apply to you, and you celebrate the ones that you like.
Sometimes you're feeling nostalgic on like National Sibling Day and you want to do like a cute post on Instagram. Other days you're like, no, fuck that guy. I'm not acknowledging him.
Right. So I don't know. It seems like Nate would be big into these holidays. Are you into those, Nate?
Opposite. Could give a shit, really. I don't
He's like, while you're at it, cut out Christmas. It's a waste.
It's like you're done with Christmas deal.
I have trouble just knowing what day of the week it is sometimes. So knowing that there's an actual holiday on the day, yeah.
I want to hang out with Nate for like a whole week where I see what gives him joy in life, because he just seems like a curmudgeon. I mean, besides drinking, I get that. Going to Kentucky, I get that. Having a successful business, I get that. He loves his wife, I get that. But what are the other things, the small things that he likes? Is there some weird TV shows, or does he like to play video games? I don't know. I don't have any insight into Nate. What makes him go beyond the stuff that he's allowed us to come into? He seems. I want to give him a hug right now. I feel like
I feel like that would piss him off.
Yeah,
I might.
I really don't want you touching me. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
So here's the thing. So like, I met Claudia, his wife, in Key West, and she's like, Nate's an easy guy. You just like let Nate do what Nate wants to do, and he's cool.
Yeah.
And she's so fucking sweet. She's so fucking cute. And you're just like, she's just like, yeah, you just kind of, he doesn't give a fuck. It's cool.
Now Ryan to me is the opposite of Nate, because Ryan just seems like a generally happy guy, and I get that he's single. He's he's got a bunch of successful businesses. Hell, we all want to be Ryan. We want to all die and come to Ryan. That's what we're all really gearing for. It's fine.
Well,
sure.
I am just typically pretty happy, so that's all right. But you're welcome to come to my house and hang out anytime, Steve. Anytime.
You seem like a guy who enjoys life, and I can't blame you. You seem to have a lot of cool stuff going on. So
we're having a good time. We're having a good time, man.
Yeah. There you go. I forgot even what we're talking about, but it devolved into something greater than the sum of its parts.
Holidays, fake national
holidays. Yes. Yeah. Again, Ryan, he hit it the nail on the head when he was like, "If it makes us money, we're interested." When he pointed that out, I'm the same way. Yeah, I'm into
I'm gonna
it.
start scheduling things that way, though, instead of being like, I did schedule an appointment today with a client, and I was like, you can come back on St. Patrick's Day, rather than saying like the 17th.
Right.
So I'm gonna start saying that, like, I've got an opening at 3 p.m. on National Donut Day. Like what they say.
Okay.
See what happens. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. My favorite fake holiday of all time is Cinco de Mayo, because most people think it is a real Mexican holiday that they're celebrating, just like we do our 4th of July. It is not. It's made up.
Is it really?
It's for restaurants here in the U.S. Yes.
My favorite thing has been, so Cinco de Mayo runs into Derby. So like I'm in Indianapolis, which is like adjacent to Derby, right? Like we're not Louisville, but we're close enough. So they're like Cinco de Derby. So we will get fucking lit on margaritas and watch the goddamn Derby, and we'll have some like mint juleps after. I never have a bad time at the places that do Cinco de Derby.
Cinco de Derby.
Right.
There you go. Right. On that note, it's Cinco de Drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Ryan. Let's hopefully this works out for you to go first. Maybe you'll get
Well, it's not gonna, because again, I got the same guy that gave me that other mezcal gave me this bottle here, 100 Pueblos.
Okay.
And it's it's a screw top. So
a screw top. So nothing happening there. All right, fair enough. Oddly, you didn't perform any worse there than you did on any of the right. So it's the same. All right. Nate, how about you? What do you got?
Well, in celebration of Bottle and Bond Day, how about
early times?
Early times.
This is the Brown Foreman early times. So
1 liter. Yeah. All right.
So it's a twist top. So
twist top. Okay, fair enough. No cork pop there. Katie, you're next.
All right. I have a bottle of Blanton's.
Okay. Bottle of Blanton's.
I don't know last time this was opened. Hold on. Ow. Oh. Hold on. Sorry. I got a dog biting me. 1 second.
Oh, that was funny. We need to release the video. Your thighness. Her shirt says your thighness.
I spilled stuff on the laptop.
Oh my God, Katie, are you all right?
The
whole desk got knocked over. Okay.
The dog bit chewed on my leg. I hit the table. The table knocked my sparkling water onto the laptop. That was just a total shitstorm.
Okay.
But we acknowledge your hoodie. Your hoodie is great.
Your thighness.
Your thighness.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, we're gonna try opening this bottle of Blanton's again.
Good luck.
Oh wow, that was really good.
That was worth the wait.
That
was fantastic. That was fantastic. All right, McNew.
That's all time right there.
McNew,
So
what do you got?
I also came with the Blantons. I have a Blanton's Gold that we did not pay $2.50 for. I don't think it's gonna sound like Katie's.
Okay.
No, I have nothing.
Macy. I got Jack Daniel's, a barrel proof single barrel, which is always good stuff. I like JD single barrels, so here we go. Decent. Not good enough. Katie had that explosive one. Katie wins, so there you go.
Well, she earned it too. So
Cheers. Yeah.
I also like that. I just saw Katie with a whole goddamn paper towel roll, and like, you're a dog person if you just have fucking paper towels in random places.
And it's all chewed up because the dog brought it to me earlier. I had to confiscate it.
The dog knew that was going to happen.
Yes,
I mean,
the dog knew I was going to spill later, so he brought this to me. Like,
that's
20 minutes
nice.
ago.
That was actually very nice. So yeah.
good
All
job,
right.
Midas.
What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about $250 Blantons. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
I'm McNew. Don't mix your grain and grapes. Not a good time. You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about why the hell do people pay $250 for Blantons?
Yes, we are. Nate, we're going to kick this one off with you. Why do you think people do this? And you can't say I wouldn't do it because I know you wouldn't, but there are people that do. I don't understand. Yeah. So help us get inside their head. What do you think?
I honestly think it's people new to whiskey mainly. I think it's okay. Would I spend $250 on a bottle of blend? We just answered no. But I do think that most whiskey consumers are people that have been drinking whiskey for a period of time, over a year or whatever, and have gotten familiar with several different brands and kind of understood their profile and developed their palate that most of them would all say absolutely not, and they would not do that. But I do think that sometimes people that are coming into it, they see that bottle, that's an allocated bottle. It's a beautiful bottle. I'm not gonna, it's a beautiful looking bottle, and I think just like it becomes something that a new whiskey drinker.
So let Let me summarize, and you tell me if I'm missing the mark here. So you think what's going on here is someone's new to bourbon, and they're definitely jealous of everyone seeing, has all these cool things. So like if I'm just getting into this today, and Nate shows me his collection, I'm thinking, God, this guy's got everything. I got nothing. And then I go to the store, and lo and behold, on the shelf there's a Blanton's, and it's $250. It's like, I'm like, that's expensive, but you know what? I can afford that. I have a job. I have $250. I'll buy that, and then I got something cool too. Look at me now. I've got something neat. You think that's what it is?
I think it's more available than a lot of allocated products.
Right.
I've never, I'm sure it's priced at $250. I haven't seen it priced at $250.
I've seen it as high as $350.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But I do think it's exactly that, Steve. I think it's people that are newer to whiskey, want something special or allocated. It's a cool bottle, it's from Buffalo Trace, and it's got the horseshoes on it with the letters, and you can, there's like things about it that I could see somebody coming in and wanting that bottle, and when they can't get maybe a B-Tac, or they can't get, some of the other birthday bourbon or some of these other things, it is obtainable, and it's not going to cost as much as some of those other.
Right. And then you're like, come over, check out my collection. Well, I've got this Blanton's here. I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard of that one. It's a Blanton's. Yeah. So you act like you're cool.
If you've heard, I don't know if you've heard of this one.
I don't, yeah. I mean, it's kind of, it's highly allocated. Most people can't get it. Yeah.
Here's my thought with that. Like, I have never wanted anything that I would not open and drink, right? Where I'm like, I'm not going to spend an insane amount of money on one bottle because I wouldn't open it. Like, I want to open everything.
You said you would spend crazy money on William LaRue Weller if you found William LaRue.
And I said my top was $1,000.
Right.
I would share that with my
me. If I see you get that, can I send you a quick direct message and be like, send me a couple ounces of that? I want to enjoy it.
I would literally be like, Steve, I will drive this bottle to St. Louis because I want to hang out with you.
Yeah, I feel like that's a bottle that you do not send samples out. You drink it with people. I would pack it in my
bag and come to St. Louis on a weekend.
Okay.
So yes, that's fine. But I don't understand the people that just want like shelf trophies, right? Like you want a shelf trophy.
I don't get that either.
Why?
I don't get that either.
Like if I'm spending that much money, I want to enjoy it, and I want to enjoy it with people that I love. That's what I want to do.
Yes.
If you have a shelf trophy, you better be buying 2 bottles so you can drink one and then keep a shelf trophy.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But not everybody has that money, so I think people just think I got a shelf trophy. I'm so special. No, that's not you missed the whole goddamn point that you should share it with people.
Right. Yeah.
I do agree they're missing the entire point of whiskey, which is to open and share with your friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
As far as a $250 bottle of Blanton's goes, I think we've all overpaid for something in our life.
Oh, yeah.
Probably without knowing it, maybe not.
Right.
So I think people that are paying $250 for a bottle of Blanton's probably don't know that they're overpaying for it.
Well, yeah. And I think it requires a very low amount of education and experience in whiskey to know that it's a bottle that's more special than typical. It's not something standard. It does have that level of specialty, but you can figure that out with 30 seconds of knowledge or experience. You don't need to try a bunch of other things, see what you like, don't like, find out what's truly hard to find, what's with this mash bill or that. So it's at entry level. I know this is special.
Yeah. So here's the thing with bourbon and most other things in life at this point. There's no excuse to be uneducated. There's a bazillion YouTube videos. There's a bazillion Reddit articles. You can just fucking Google it. Like, there's no reason to be uneducated unless you choose to be.
Fortunately, though, there's a lot of false information out there too.
There is, but I feel like people who have the money to buy these things have the ability to discern what is good and what is not information.
I don't know about that. I think the opposite.
Maybe I'm wrong.
They go down the wrong path. Yeah.
I think it has become a complete cult following to the point that now if you're like a credible whiskey person, it's almost like you can't have Blanton's because it's like, oh, are you just a Blanton's person that, do you go to the store and ask y'all got any Blanton's? Like, no. But so that's kind of a shame.
As a credible whiskey person, when somebody asks me, hey, what should I get? I try to give them not Blanton's, not E.H. Taylor. I don't give them allocated things. I give them, You can very much walk into a liquor store, and this is very nice. You're gonna like this.
I'm just in the belief if you can get the Blantons for the shelf price, if you can get it for $60, $65, then it's good. It's good for that price, but it's just not good at $250, and then it's embarrassing. I think that's where I fall.
And that's
you embarrassed yourself by buying
with my like 4 or 5 bottles that I have that I got around $60 each.
Yeah,
totally fine with that.
I mean, we maybe paid 80 for that. I'm fine with 80. If it's over 100, absolutely no. Bye. No.
Yeah, I don't think I'd even do 70 because at that point, then if it's above 70, I'll go buy a bottle of Jefferson's. And especially we're getting into my ocean age level there. I'm like, no.
I will say, 60? Go ahead, Nate. Yeah.
I was going to say 6 or 7 years ago, it might have been 7 years ago. I was in Nebraska, in Omaha, Nebraska, of all places. And it was a cigar lounge and they had a bar there too. And they had a store pick of blends. And I will say that of all the blends, the single barrels and store picks that I've tasted, it was actually the best one I've ever tasted. And it was something. And I probably drank $120 worth of pours. Honestly, out of it, because it was good. I've never had anything ever come close to it of blends or even mash bill too,
right?
For that matter, if you really want to get technical, what I would say is if I had somebody that was spending that money on Blanton's, I would love to sit down with them and pour some other pours with them blind, including Ancient Age, 10 Star, and some other of the bill too that maybe are more readily available, and just kind of let them see a little bit about helping to expand. And I don't judge anybody for wanting that. When we all got into whiskey and whatnot, there were bottles that I wanted, and I remember I wanted to buy a Four Roses single barrel, one of those Golden X, and my wife was like, hell no, those are like $65.
Right.
And I was like, but I eventually got it. And, but I think there's always going to be something that, people are going to go after when they're new into whiskey and then are learning whiskey. And, I've spent a lot of money on bottles. I mean, a Michter's 20 year just retail is $800. So
I also think it's fun to be new to whiskey. I miss the days when I was new to whiskey where I bought this bottle, I bought that bottle, and it was so exciting for me.
Yeah.
I miss when bottles were exciting.
Well, there
you walk into the store, you're like, got it, don't like it, don't want it.
Yeah,
and
I do miss those days, kind of.
I get it. I mean, I go to some of the best bourbon bars in the world. I'm like, I got more shit than these guys. Yeah, I mean, it's just true. It's 100% true.
Yep. Oh, Steve, this could be a whole show. Did we get jaded? Are we jaded?
Maybe, it might be. It might be.
Ourselves.
I will say this: I do own a liquor store now, and I will tell you, the king of things people are chasing, number one by far. All you hear is Pappy Van Winkle. No, it's Blanton's, 100%. I've got 3 phone calls this week. Do we have any Blanton's? That's what they're asking for. When people come in the shop, they're looking around. They're like, I like, they start saying dumb things. They're looking at their stuff, and they got Ryan's right in the door there, and Lenny's stuff, and they're like, they'll say, I like Kentucky bourbon. I'm like, okay, well, we got this and this, and they're like, well, and I'm like, Blanton's? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, no, we don't have any of that.
When we sign off, I have an idea for you.
Okay, get Blanton's. Just carry Blanton's in the stores, our idea. The number one store, the number one show anybody's talking about that comes in the shop these days is when McNew's throwing ideas for what we should get if we get the whole plaza. It's like have a brothel is good, skeet shooting, all this thing.
That show is so off the rails.
Illegal casino, yeah.
I will say, I went to the shop the next day after we recorded that, and I just looked around at the plaza, and I'm like, "Oh my god, what we were planning to do to this place?"
Shooting, yeah.
It's not gonna work. It won't work. But
sounds like fun ideas.
Go ahead, Ryan.
No, all I bring is ideas and chaos. Y'all figure it out after that. It's not my problem.
There you go, Ryan. What do you got, man?
I was just saying, it sounds like a fun. I'd go hang out at that plaza.
Oh, sure. We got a hostel and a brothel. Everything you need in one place. Yeah.
Not me. I don't like fun, but you guys place.
No, I want to see. There's some. You got to have some fun. I just don't know what it is. I want to go see. Yeah.
Nate, if you don't like hugs, man, I don't know, buddy.
Nah,
I don't know.
Nate likes his stuff, but he likes to keep it quiet too. What he likes. So
understand.
I will tell you this. here's the thing: 90% of the trolls that crush somebody that, and well deserved sometimes, but crotch shots a bottle of Blands or has their Blands and they're proud of it. Also, were the same people going in and asking for Blands maybe 3-4 years before. I just feel like Blands has been around for a while, and it's even being allocated. It was on the shelf probably 6 years ago, 5 years ago, but pretty heavy. But as it started getting more and more allocated, more people kind of really got into it. I think a lot of people at one time or the other went into a store, if they were honest, admitted, "Do you have any Blands?" Like I just feel like that, and I feel like the better answer to them is, "Hey, let me have you over for a tasting, or let me give you some samples and some other things to try. I see that you got that Blands. That's pretty cool. You want to try some things that are, some different pours, and kind of help them expand and work with them on their whiskey journey, and to help them develop that."
So at the end of the day, like, education is always the most important thing, right? Like,
there you go. There you go. On that note, educate yourselves, and Blanton's is great. Get it for retail though, and I think you'll enjoy it. Don't go crazy for it. I'm not a Blanton's basher. I like Blanton's. I'd buy a bottle of Blanton's tomorrow if I had the opportunity to buy it at retail price. So
I only would if it's a letter I don't have, though. Honestly, if I saw it at retail and it was a letter I already had, I'd be like, no, I'm good. Because I really don't care for it that much.
I have an L. Do you want?
When you get it though to possibly trade, then you've got then you got an extra. You could.
Oh, I could trade. That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Then you got someone who's got. Yeah, you got one. I got 2 L's here. You want one of those? What can you trade?
I don't need L.
You got a T. What
I
do you
will say this.
Why do we have so many L's? Did they make more L's?
I think so.
I will say this. One of the coolest experiences I had was several years ago at Buffalo Trace, actually watching them bottle Blands. And the crew there that's been doing it forever, they were in there. I got to go in there with them and hang out for a few hours. They sing. It's a very positive, uplifting kind of group, and it is kind of a magical thing to watch them put bottles of Blands together.
Yeah.
So yeah.
In the year 2000, I took my kid in there. She's 3 years old. She's 3 years old at the time, and that Blanton's crew, you get used to go on the tours, and they would take you in there, and they were part of the Bourbon Trail back then. And they are nice, and she stood out because she's 3 years old, and they asked her to come over. They said, the one that had the cork said, "What's your name?" And she said, "Kat." And they're like, "We don't have a C. What's your last name?" And she's Akeley. Well, they have an A. They gave her an A. They're good people. They're good people. Very cool. Very cool.
Oh.
Nice.
So yeah, now they'll probably look back at that and try to figure out who that was. Although Sazerac's going to reach out to me, wanting to know the date I was there, if they could figure out who gave away the free A. Someone's going to get fired. There you go. My kid's got one.
They gave me the box and said, "Do you want any of the corks?" I think I took one just to remember the event. But yeah, they did that too. It was pretty cool.
Very cool. Very cool. On that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Katie, we're starting with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
Nate.
You can find me at 5280 Whiskey and hidden_barn, as well as I don't like to have fun #.
I think I crushed him. I think he does like that fun. I just said I don't know how that is. I'm not sure.
You just choose a
Yeah. Ryan, how about you, man?
Across all socials at 10th MTN Whiskey. And our website's 10thwhiskey.com. That's 10th, whiskey with an E.
McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. And also come by and see us at the ABV Barrel Shop. We are also nice people, just like the people in the Blanton's bottling line. So come by and see us, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Farted, so I have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Guys.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with the national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.